Hey, hello leaders. Welcome back to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. This is Paul Grau Jr. and today I want to talk about something that I heard the other day on a show. It was a quote that somebody said, and the quote was, "People want someone to follow. It's human nature." Now, if you're a Walking Dead fan, you might recognize that was King Ezekiel on the show, King Ezekiel. And he basically said that to somebody who was kind of dogging on him for being this king in this community. But from my experience, King Ezekiel, this quote is dead on. People do want people to follow or someone to follow. And people do what they need to do, but if there's no leader, man, if there's no leader to step up and take charge, well, somebody will. And that somebody might not be the best person to be stepping up and taking charge. You know, when I think of a leader who basically didn't step up, where leadership was non-existence, if you will, I can think back of this one base that I was stationed at, and I'm not going to say any names, but this leader, man, he lacked leadership skills in every area possible. He was not a people person. He didn't know how to talk to people. He didn't know how to lead people. He didn't know how to motivate people. He basically was non-existent. He went to the leaders' meetings. He would come back. He would read notes. But if we ever had a question, he would just stammer to answer this question. And if it wasn't something that he was told directly, he was lost. And what that led to is a lot of this senior ranking people just below him were basically taking charge and leading. He stayed in the office a lot and they took charge. If we had questions, we would never even go to the quote unquote leader. We would go to these other people. And, you know, it was good because we knew they were leaders and we trusted them and they were good leaders. But at the same time, we knew that at any given time, this other leader can step out and see us doing something that he told us to do. And if we weren't doing that, well, we'd get in trouble. Or then again, he really didn't know what to do if he saw somebody doing what they weren't supposed to do. But when you have weak leaders and somebody who's not leading at all, man, it just leads to a lot of confusion. It leads to decreased clarity because nobody really knows who's in charge. It leads to decreased productivity, production, decreased morale, you can say, increased turnover because people want people to follow. People want somebody that's going to be in charge. It's going to take the reins. And if nothing else, they want to lead possibly. But if they're not in a position or if the company won't give them the leadership role because some other leader that's failing to lead, well, that discourages everybody. You know, you have unclear expectations. You have failure to handle disciplinary issues. Again, like I said, with that one leader, if he told you to do something one way and he came out and he saw you doing something another way, and all you had to do is say, well, such and such told me to do this. And he would kind of run back in his office and it was a mess. But as leaders, the fact is we can't be everywhere at once. And we need to lead in every area possible. We need people to know that we are engaged and we are leading. And again, we can't be everywhere at once. So what we can do is we can establish guidelines. We can make sure everybody knows the expectations. Everybody has clarity. Everybody knows what their job is so they can produce and the productivity levels. We can, keep consistent with people. We can make sure we handle the disciplinary actions. And the best thing that we can do as leaders is we could hold people accountable. Now, again, we can't be everywhere. So that involves or entails empowering other leaders that work for us. We need to pick out who we think are possibly the informal leaders, because whether you like it or not, the people are always going to have somebody that's their leader besides you if you're the leader. So if you know who that person is, man, empower them. Make sure everybody on the team knows that you are empowering them with so much power, or, that they can go to them with answers. And that doesn't take away from your authority. It actually increases it, and it actually increases your power. And it'll gain you some respect because they see that you see the leadership potential in these other people and you are empowering them. So empower leaders around you, because that's what you really need to do. Get them on the same page as you with everything. Now, I quoted The Walking Dead in the beginning, and if you are a Walking Dead fan, I haven't watched the whole thing. I'm on season 7. To tell you the truth, I got to the end of season 6, and if you've watched it, the end of season 6 ended very badly, and it kind of ticked me off. I watched the first episode of season 7, and I was done with it. The Walking Dead, one thing that it does is it really builds each character, and you really feel attached to to each of the characters and each person on there. And you like people and you don't like other people. But the people you like, you really fall in love with them, man. You just love their personality, their character, their leadership. And so anyway, I'm not going to be a spoiler for anybody. I quit watching it. I walked away for about a year, and I just recently started rewatching it. It took me kind of a year to get over what happened at the end of season 6. But the thing that is cool about The Walking Dead is that you can clearly see good and bad leadership throughout it. I mean, every episode you see people that are leaders. You see people that are in leadership positions and they really can't lead very well. And you see what's going on with their teams. You also see power being abused by certain people. And you could see the fear that they lead by, which is never good, right? It's never a good thing. So today, my challenge is what I would like for you to do is take a look at all the areas I mentioned earlier. All the stuff that I mentioned that could decrease. Look at clarity amongst your people. Look at your productivity level. Look at your morale. Look at your turnover rate. Is it high? Is it low? Is it staying high? If it's staying low, that's a good thing. Take a look at expectations. Does everybody know their expectations? And make sure that you are handling disciplinary action, because if disciplinary action goes unresolved, you're developing or creating a new standard. So if somebody breaks the policies or goes against it or does something wrong and you take no action, well, people see that. And now they know that there is no policy and you could break it because you just let it go and you didn't do anything. And that's never a really fun thing to do, but I'm here to tell you, if you let discipline go, man, things are going to get out of control quick. So again, take a look at all those areas and take action where needed. If you see an area that you're lacking in or that's lacking leadership, jump in there and lead. Hey, that's it for today. You can always contact me at Paul Grau at CLC Team. It's Paul at CLCteam.com. I'd love to hear your input. I'd love to hear your ideas. And again, I'm going to interview people in the future. And if you want to be interviewed or if you want to be on here on the show talking about what you think high performance leadership is and how you can become a high performing leader, or if you want to share somebody who is a high performing leader, give me an email. Shoot me an email at paul@clcteam.com and let's talk about that. So that's it for today. And until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.